We've got this season's first doubleheader coming up on Sunday. The first match is going to be between RCB and KKR. That's at 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And then the second match, which is Delhi Capitals versus Punjab Kings, that's the evening match, 7:30 p.m. Now, the RCB versus KKR. KKR have to cover some ground because they lost their previous match quite badly against Mumbai Indians. In fact, the collapse that they suffered was quite shocking. But not as shocking as we saw when Punjab collapsed against against Chennai. At one stage they were 26-5. When they are going to play Delhi Capitals, who had also collapsed earlier against Rajasthan Royals, against Jaydev Unadkat, the top order. So we've had a series of collapses in the last few days. And apart from RCB, who are sitting pretty with 2 wins in 2 matches, the other teams all have something to prove. They've won one match. All 3 other teams have won one match and lost another. Let's see what's happening head to head between RCB and KKR. Matches played 27, won by KKR 15 times, won by RCB 12. So stats in a head to head show suggest an advantage for KKR. But important or pertinent to remember that in IPL 2020, RCB actually defeated KKR in both matches. So, there's the historical or the legacy aspect where KKR look ahead, and then there's the immediate, history which is available, which tells us that RCB actually might be ahead. The highest scorer in this contest has been Virat Kohli, who has amassed 725 runs in matches against Kolkata Knight Riders. So he stands head and shoulders above all other players in this RCB versus KKR face-off. Andre Russell, 308 runs he scored against RCB. So he's the highest scorer in the KKR lineup. And Chahal has picked up 14 wickets versus KKR. Now this is interesting because Andre Russell, while he has scored 308 against RCB, he's not looked in the best batting form. He's picked up 5 wickets, in a match in one match, but his batting has found to be wanting. And Chahal, who's been the best wicket taker for RCB versus KKR, is also struggling to pick up wickets this season. I think by and large, RCB will be happy with the way things are so far, or they've gone so far. While they haven't really made huge scores or bowled other teams out for really paltry scores, the batting and bowling has done sufficiently well for them to win matches. Yes, they have been the close match against Mumbai, last ball finish, and then of course defending 149, which they did against Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think that was also a very good performance by the bowlers. The form of Glenn Maxwell has been the most encouraging for RCB. Apart from Virat, you expect AB de Villiers, you expect over many seasons they've been shouldering the burden of putting up the runs for the team. But Glenn Maxwell, bought at a fancy price, delivering the runs when needed is really a good sign. And then there are the other guys who've done the Indian quotient. For instance, Mohammad Siraj bowled splendidly. Harshal Patel has been absolutely fantastic, especially in the death overs. Siraj in the opening overs, Harshal in the death overs, really good. Shahbaz Ahmed is one who's done extremely well. He got 3 wickets in an over against Sunrisers Hyderabad. It may not always happen, but at least there's a very good option for Virat Kohli. One area of concern, Dan Christian, not delivering with bat or ball. But Kyle Jamieson has done quite well. He's the debutant in the IPL and he's done extremely well, the Kiwi. KKR, on the other hand, have to pull up their socks, to say the least. They have to blame themselves for the loss against Mumbai Indians. They were coasting to what seemed like a comfortable win, and then nosedive. Nitish Rana, stunning form. Gill getting a start, not converting the starts into big scores. So too Rahul Tripathi, 1 good innings, but not beyond that. The problem area is Ian Morgan, Andre Russell and Shakib Al Hasan not delivering enough runs. And remember, they are the overseas stars. So even Rana, Gill, Tripathi at times playing reckless shots and giving it away. I don't know if it means that Dinesh Karthik should be promoted in the batting order. I think he should be. But he's been kept as the flexi floater to play higher up or lower. But if so many batsmen are not delivering, then maybe there's a need to promote him ahead of even Shakib. Top picks for me in this match from KKR, I would say that Rana, of course, has to be there. Prasidha Krishna has impressed. So too Pat Cummins. Actually, I think that these three guys plus Dinesh Karthik, he's been left stranded, not getting enough opportunity to show his prowess. And from RCB, Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers certainly, Maxwell certainly, and I think Harshal Patel. He's just done so well in both the earlier matches. Moving on to the second match, Delhi Capitals versus Punjab Kings. Now, both had a, quite a diabolical collapse batting, and their strength is batting. For Delhi Capitals, the way Shaw and Dhawan played in the first match, and then there were a long line of batsmen, including Pant, who played well in the second match, but he was just about the only one. 37 for 4, Delhi were reduced to against Rajasthan in the 7th over. I mean, when you start like that, it's very difficult to recover. They got to 147 thanks to Pant, but beyond that, not much to commend in Delhi's batting, and they lost to Rajasthan. Delhi were, also hit badly by Chris Morris, who came good in the last minute. I mean, it looked like Delhi might still win, but Chris Morris, they played a paisa vasool knock, so to speak. Where Punjab is concerned, they had actually a far more embarrassing defeat against Chennai Super Kings. 26 for 5 in the 7th over. Deepak Chahar taking 4 for 13 for Chennai. Ball, swinging a bit. He bowled immaculately. So, I think the lesson there for both teams was, or batting of the both teams, is that you can't afford to be arrogant, however well you may have played in the previous match and the runs you've scored. So, but let's get down to the stats and what they suggest. Head-to-head matches played: 15 won by Punjab Kings, 15 won by Delhi Capitals, 11. So actually, Punjab have a far more impressive record against Delhi. But of course, remember, Delhi Capitals is a restructured team in the last 2 seasons. So there's a lot that has happened, and last year they finished in the final. The big story, of course, in terms of the historical perspective, is the dramatic draw last season when Punjab failed to score 1 run off 3 deliveries against Delhi, and Stoinis was the bowler. Eventually, Delhi Capitals won the super over, and that went a long way in giving them the self-belief that they could go on to win the final. That didn't happen, but they did reach the final. Both teams will obviously look to regroup, recover from the bad losses they've suffered in the previous games, and start getting those crucial points. They're so important at all stages, but the problem is if you go off the rails, then you lose momentum, and suddenly you find that you've lost 4-5 matches on the trot, and then coming back becomes very difficult. DC will look for runs from the top order, from Shaw and Dhawan. They're an excellent opening partnership. They want runs from Rahane. Rishabh Pant is in great form. Will they play Smith? I don't know. I mean, look, Stoinis is the guy who hasn't delivered with bat or ball. Will it be Nortje who comes in? Will it be Smith who will come in? Because they do have all-rounders. Or will it be Nortje for Tom Curran and, Smith for Stoinis? Lots of combinations possible there. Vokes and Avesh Khan have been very good with the ball for Delhi Capitals, as well as Ashwin. You can't discount him at any time. Will Amit Mishra, make an impact if he plays? Again, we have to find out, but he's amongst the most seasoned guys in the league itself. Punjab, they really want Mayank Agarwal to perform. He and Rahul were the, much like de Villiers and Kohli for RCB, they were the 2 pillars on which Punjab started making such heavy scores last season, and they finished, top 2 run getters for their teams. So they want Mayank Agarwal, who struggled in both matches, to come good. Rahul unfortunately run out in the second match, but again is their best batsman. Gill looks in decent nick, not played a really big knock, but he's looking in good nick and always threatening, which is good. But Pooran, unfortunate you might say, but 2 matches, 2 ducks is not something which you look back with any satisfaction at all. The impressive guy in that batting lineup has been Shah Rukh Khan. He's got power in his forearms and his shoulders and his hands, and he really impressed in the match that Punjab lost, but at least Shah Rukh Khan took them to a score of 106. In the bowling, I thought Jhai Richardson and Riley Meredith also started getting better in the second match. Shami has been very good. So I don't know whether Chris Jordan or Moses Henriques will play. Maybe Moses Henriques because he also shores up the batting. But M. Ashwin hasn't impressed at all. So maybe Ravi Bishnoi, the leg spinner, could be Kumble's choice and Rahul's choice. Top picks from this match. From Delhi, Dhawan and Shaw, yes, certainly. Rishabh Pant, most certainly. I think Avesh Khan and Rabada, who has a point to prove. For Punjab, KL Rahul, I think Chris Gale, one must count him in, and then Shami and young Arshdeep Singh, left arm turbaned fast bowler, who's been, it's not just about speed, but he's been so clever, and he could be also a game changer.